Right, yeah, things are changing quick. It is soap opera called boxing. And like I said before, man, boxing's now a soap opera. All it is chat, drama, outside the ring, what's happening, negotiations. All the big news is what's happening outside the ring. Only 10% is the actual fight. It's a proper bona fide soap opera. Anyway, as I said, boxing reflects the world, which is basically a bit of theatre, a joke, fixed as well. Anyway, so so I did a video just now. That the Eubank and Benn, despite Conor Benn's failing a drugs test, the A test, so we're still waiting the B test, it was still going ahead. And they were going through the media workout like nothing had changed, right? Okay. Now, you know what, 3.5 days left until the fight, And anyway, so the British Boxing Board of Control, this is about an hour ago, have come out with the following statement. And, to be honest, you'd expect this, right? But it's more complex than you think. Let's just read it out. This idiot Robert Smith, he's not nice. He's part of secret society as well. They all are the British Boxing Board, by the way. I think he got knocked out by Kirkland Lang. But he wasn't a bad boxer. Anyway, on the evening, this is a statement. On the evening of the 4th of October, 2022, so that's yesterday, British Boxing Board of Control Limited, notice, Limited, it's a private company, mate, no one gave them, there was no voting to allow them to be in charge, they decided themselves whether to be in charge. They're a limited company, they're not an organisation. Anyway, resolved that the contest between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn, scheduled to take place on the 8th of October 2022, is prohibited and is not in the interest of boxing. Another vague statement. We're not in the interest of boxing. Boxing full stop is not in the interest of boxing ever. Fool. That was communicated to the boxers and promoters involved on the morning of the 5th of October 2022. And that's it. So, the media event still went through today. I don't know what time it started, 2 p.m. or something. As if there was no difference. Now, from that note, you think, oh, well, it's not taking place. So why are they doing a media workout? They've been told in the morning. Well, things are never that simple in this world, and especially in boxing. Yeah? This is the British Boxing Board of Control saying this. Okay? The limited company, the British Boxing Control, which apparently has over £1 million. I might even check, on Company's House. Apparently got £1 million in the bank, cash in the bank. Yeah? They ain't a charity. They ain't a regulatory body. They're self-appointing. They are a limited company. The Triple B could set up his own, the Triple B Boxing Board of Control. You get me? And obviously, no one would fight on my shows, but technically, I should have as much kudos. And this is where it gets interesting, because there's a smaller, boxing boards of other countries that have no boxing there, or almost no boxing. For example, Malta. For example, Luxembourg. I don't know about Andorra and San Marino, but, I don't know if they've got even a boxing commission. But certainly Luxembourg and Malta do. Now, Malta has operated in the UK on a number of shows, letting people fight that the board maybe didn't want to allow, had banned. And it's their prerogative, they can do so, The British board can't stop it. They can threaten, if anyone else will sanction anyone who gets involved in these shows on British soil by other boxing boards of control, but they can threaten what they want, but they leave themselves vulnerable to court cases, you see. And there's a very, very interesting precedent to this, okay? That, remember, like, David Gay and David, I swing both ways, Chisora, they had a fight, man, after the Vitali fight, Vitali Chisora fight, and, it was a brutal fight. Yeah, Hayes smashed it like this great heavy camera stand, and it hit Adam Booth on the head, and he was like, he didn't know where he was when he's being talked to. It was one of the weirdest boxing things. he cracked Chisora on the jaw, and whilst holding a bottle, Chisora's going, he glassed me, and then later threatened to shoot him dead or something like that in real life. It was nuts, man. I don't really agree with this stuff, but it's still quite funny. Anyways, so Chisora, had his license withdrawn, okay? But interestingly, Hay was at the time officially retired, so he didn't have a license, okay? So what happened? So the British board basically saying this fight can't happen because there was a clamour for it, right? from the funds, as Ricky Hatton. By the way, I got another rinse job on Ricky Hatton. He said the Conor Benn Eubank fight has to happen for the funds. And he also starts speaking about himself in the third person. He goes, Ricky, I know the fans love Ricky Hatton when he's Ricky Hatton, but he's not going to go on anymore. I'm doing a video on that mug anyway later, so you've got something to look forward to if you're a Ricky Hatton fan. Anyway, yeah. So going back to this fight, so there are a number of possibilities. The Malta and Luxembourg, these guys, whoever run them, especially Luxembourg, they ain't doing nothing, man. There ain't no boxing in them countries, hardly ever. Yeah. So, it's just a sort of position, it's a one-man job probably, yeah. It looks good on his, I'm the boxing commissioner, whatever, the head of boxing for Luxembourg, he can joke about it. But, it's a nominal position more or less. I think in Malta they've had a few shows, but Luxembourg, I don't know, man, I can't remember any. Please put me right. If I'm wrong, I might check on Boxer later, but I'm not that bothered. The point is, they could get, just like the Chisora Hay fight, yeah, they could get Luxembourg in, or Malta in, or San Marino or Andorra if they have boxing commissions. And they would, obviously, because then they get some cash money. Your one bod sitting in Luxembourg never gets any money from his position, yeah, as head of the Boxing Board of Luxembourg. He'll now get he'll get some sanctioning fees, isn't it? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Got some nice holidays, party a little bit, whatever he likes doing. Yeah? So, of course, he'd sanction it. And the British board, last time, the Chisora Hay fight, started threatening, if anyone involved in this, then we all come down very heavily on them, blah, blah, blah. Well, they didn't really, did they? Chisora carried on fighting under British licence. David Hay came back under British licence. Yeah, no one involved in the, I think it's Warren's promotion. No one got sanctioned. And the main reason is, because the boxing board are not in a very good position. They would be destroyed in a law court. Because they're a limited company. They're self-appointed, self-regulatory body. Yeah, a limited company. And they got no right to sanction for. They're actually, any more than anyone else, any more than Triple B Boxing Board of Control does. I mean, that's the reality. It's another farce in boxing. They're a private limited company that's got a lot of money in the bank. Yeah, and they've got no right to ban anyone who fights under the Luxembourg. It would be they were breaking some legal trade agreement or some commercial law. There's no way. So they didn't do anything. So beside the hot air. So that could be done. Yeah, and the boxing board won't be able to do anything about it. Right. So that's number one. Will that happen? They had fixed up pretty fast. But, I bet Mr. Luxembourg's ready to sign now with his pen. He's on the phone going, I'll sanction it, blood. All I want is, my fees are X, Y, and Z. Which they'll happily pay because it's a multi-million-pound fight. So that's one thing. The other possibility is this. So you see, in a statement from the British Boxing Board of Control, the secret society Wrongen, Robert Smith says, is prohibited of taking place on the 8th of October 2022. Yeah, he doesn't say ever, does he? And obviously, he would be able to say ever, but he's saying on that specific date. So that opens the possibility they might delay it by a week, 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, a month, and wait for the B sample. But because when there's that much money at stake, you can guarantee the B sample, is going to be fine. It's going to be clean. You can guarantee it, man. Whoever's palm needs to be greased, blood, is getting his palm greased. You feel me? Whoever it is, them palms are going to get greased. And the B sample magically won't get tested, it'll get thrown in the bin, blood. Well, down the toilet or whatever they do with it. Or some pervert might drink it like True Geordie. If you've got someone like True Geordie on the board or whatever. But, yeah. So, I really want the fight to happen, and I don't care what the circumstances are. I don't like the British Boxing Board. I think they're corrupt. They're known to be part of the secret society, and they wouldn't give licenses and TV deals out. There was a big hoo-ha about it in the 90s to people who weren't part of that secret handshake society, was the words used, and the guy that said that got absolutely hammered. Right? So I want to see it happen just because, otherwise we lose a big and interesting fight. I was looking forward to it, even though it's meaningless. At least it's something. I remember the dad's fight. At least there'll be some beef and some hype. Definitely be a bit of adrenaline when you see the boxers walk in. The crowd will go nuts. Yeah, man, we're looking forward to it. However meaningless it is. I just want to see some fights, blood. It's still interesting. Like, what would a weight difference make? You know, what happened? Well, I don't know, man. Now Connor's juiced up. He'll probably be stronger at the weight, but yeah. Anyway, let's wait and see. That's what I got to say about it. The Triple B Boxing Board of Control says I'd like to allow the fight. See it happen. My fees are only £5,000. Yeah, which you can pay by Cash App, with # Bengo G14, and the Triple B will open a limited company, the Triple B Boxing Board of Control, and he will sanction it as soon as he set up his company, which will be in about half an hour. So please, Eddie Hearns, any of you guys, hit up the Triple B. Yeah, I've got Instagram as well now. Yeah, Base Boxing Basement, I think it's called. Or hit me up in the comments, and just make sure, you give me my fees, £5,000. # Bengo G14. Thank you.